So I decided to research the Board of Education versus Earls case, which was a high school to come to high school. They adopted a new policy where it required all middle school and high school students to consent to a urinalysis testing for drugs in order to participate in any extracurricular activities. So if a student wanted to join a sports team or join a club, they would have to be okay with having urine testing and testing the urine for drugs. But two students at this school, Lindsay Earls and Daniel James, they didn't agree with this policy, and they went against it, saying that it violated their Fourth Amendment rights. So, the Fourth Amendment, it protects people from unreasonable searches and seizures, which means that the person, like the school who was wanting to search the students, they'd have to have a reasonable purpose for searching them. And the Fourth Amendment, it gives people the right to their privacy. So the students' side and why they were against this policy is they said that it went against their Fourth Amendment rights and it invaded their privacy. And they also thought that like the school was sending a message to children saying that you don't have privacy, and that they're going to invade their privacy. And so then the students, they also thought that the drug testing in your urine, it wouldn't get all the information of what the drugs were that were in your urine, and it wasn't a good testing. And they also said that the courts haven't set limits on what is and isn't allowed under the Fourth Amendment. So if they thought that this school drug testing was okay, then where would they draw the line? So, but then the school's point of view was that they're trying to protect students from the dangers of drugs, and then these tests would let the school know which students they need to help. So, for example, if a student wanted to join the marching band or something, they gave the school their urine to do drug testing, and then he came back positive for having drugs in his urine, then the school would know that they had to help that kid and get him away from drugs and get him the help that he needs. So the school thought that they were ultimately helping the students. And some parents are for it because in this case, their daughter died from a drug overdose. So some parents are for it because they believe it'll help them stay away from the dangers of drugs. So then, into the final decision, the court decided 5-4 in favor of the school because they thought that the school's purpose was to genuinely help the students, not to punish them or like embarrass them or anything. It was mainly to help them get the help they need and be safe from drugs. And the courts also thought that just obtaining urine tests and maintaining the test results was barely intrusive on the student's privacy, and it wasn't harmful or intrusive or anything. They thought that the school their main purpose was to help the students and keep them safe. So that's why the courts favored the school. So